Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am creating a card using the amazing adventure bears from My Favorite Things. I don't know if you saw it, but My Favorite Things came out with a card kit called Sky High Friends card kit, and it's just amazing. It blew my mind. But as you know, I'm living in Belgium and yeah, it's just no option to purchase this at My Favorite Things, unfortunately, due to customs, due to the extra cost of customs getting done all over my package. It would just be exactly double the price of this kit to have the kit and the customs paid. So I couldn't do that. What did I do? I just asked at the owner of Cart Nuvo, the new Belgium shop, whether she could get her hands on it, and she tried, and after a few weeks she said that it worked. So I could buy this amazing stem set as well as the large one in this kit, and I also couldn't resist that pattern paper, really cute. But for now, my first card with these amazing stem sets are with the Adventure Bears. And I'm going to do some no-line coloring using my distress inks. From all the inks I showed, I am not going to use the seedless preserves. It was just something that I thought of in the beginning of using. Really handy that I showed it so that I could review it later on. But yeah, I didn't choose each color. So for the watercoloring, I am smooshing down my distress inks that I want to use on the side, and then I take my paintbrush and I come in with that color on the edges where I want the most shadow. Then I create a damp paintbrush and I drag that color towards the rest of the image. That's how I do this. I stamped it out with antique linen distress ink. There are also some no-line coloring inks, but just because I'm coloring with distress inks, I really like just having all distress inks going on and not having different sort of inks, different brands. So that's why I am not using, for example, the Ink on 3 that I also really like. But yeah, for the coloring, I am trying to have some sort of light source on the right, but a bit more towards the top. If you get what I mean. But for the rest, I'm just coloring as I feel it, how I think will work, and yeah, I'm not an expert, but I really enjoy painting like this. I also really love the distress inks and the colors that they have, and then the fact that there are coming new colors is completely amazing. But yeah, so I think this is really relaxing. I must admit, this video while painting is sped through 300 times, so it's not 100 but 3 times faster than the regular painting. So yeah, just for reference, that you are not thinking that I'm like super quick or anything. That's not true. But yeah, I truly adore these images. These are really cute. They could fit in like a child's book, which I'm a fan of. I don't like reading, but I love the images in children's books and stuff. So if I could draw, I would love to design some amazing books for those little kids that want to read something and just want to look at the images as well. But I cannot draw, that's why I'm using stamps. But this one is amazing, and also the larger one. So the kit, if you live in America and you haven't bought a kit yet, what? Yeah, that's my opinion. But I'm just painting with my distress inks. I am also going to do some other techniques, but for the other stem sets, currently I'm also thinking about doing some watercoloring with distress inks. It's just so cute. It can fit in a children's book. And that's the look I'm going for. It doesn't have to be completely smooth. I think when you're watercoloring, some people can that, and I'm following some of them on Instagram, actually a lot. and it's amazing, and it's soft, and it's cute. But apparently I'm not capable of that, so I am doing just the rough, splotchy, sometimes images, and I'm enjoying it, so that's the important thing. But for now, I maybe have to stop talking and just put on some music. I will be back after the coloring is done, but I'm just reminding you, I'm just doing exactly the same everywhere. It's all the same how I'm coloring these images. Okay, see you after the coloring. So now I am just adding those final strings using my paintbrush, and then I can continue with the background. So for the background I did some preparations. I don't have the dies currently from this stamp set. It wasn't available for the store to purchase. So I'm waiting for that, and therefore I am doing a 1-layer card, and I created some masks in front of creating this card video just to save some time, and therefore I'm using the Inkadinkado stamp masking paper. So actually the fuzzy cutting went quite easy. Yeah, so that's an advantage, and I'm now just adhering it as straight as possible on top of all the images. That will help with creating the background and having a smooth transition between the images and the background itself. And of course I'm also adding some purple tape. You know me, stitching details, I prefer leaving them white. So I'm adding these on all of the edges, and then I can start blending. So two colors that I really like together are the Victorian Velvet that is in the balloon and Stormy Sky. So I decided that I was going to create my background using Stormy Sky, and the first thing that I did was to ink blend from the edges towards the middle, doing some sort of gradient and keeping the middle really light because there is the balloon. And then I took my cloud stencil from my favorite things and I decided to add some stenciling, but keeping in mind that the middle was lighter than the edges, I also tried to really softly blend in the middle of this panel, barely grabbing that blending brush. It was really loosely in my hands. I barely noticed that I had the brush in my hands as soon as I got onto the middle part, but on the edges I still go a bit harder to match with the already ink blended sort of sky. If you know what I mean. So here you can really see there is a lot of blending on the edge and then barely any blending in the middle, but you can still see those clouds. And as soon as that's ready, I am going to remove my purple tape and my masks. Unfortunately, my purple tape on the right wasn't placed that well, so I went back in, tried to fix a bit of the mistake. So a little imperfection, but I don't mind. I tried to fix it, sort of, a little bit. Yeah, okay. So that's my ink blending part, and then the only thing left to do is to add my sentiment. So now I'm going to add the sentiment out of this stamp set, and it says, "Our friendship is the best adventure," which is so beautiful for this stamp set. There is also the hang in there, but I wanted a bigger sentiment, so chose the other one. And I'm going to heat emboss it, so I am stamping the sentiment out using Versamark clear embossing ink. And I am using my Nuvo embossing powder Glacier White. I told this before, but maybe you haven't seen it. This embossing powder from Nuvo I truly adore, but it is not that fine. So if you have a sentiment that is quite substantial, you can definitely use it, and it just melts really smoothly, which I adore. But if you have a thin script, I wouldn't recommend it. But for this script, which is the script my favorite things is using a lot, I think, yeah. So it's really amazing for these scripts. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And now I am heat embossing my sentiments like this, and then I can adhere this panel on top of a card base. So therefore I'm using some permanent Pritt adhesive roller, and then I will lay something heavy on top of this card to flatten it out. Because of all the heat embossing, there is a bit of warping, but I don't mind. I just adhere it, and then afterwards, when the card is laying aside and I still have to take picture and stuff, I just put something heavier on top of it. And then this card is finished. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I am in love with this stamp set. If there are coming other bears, I just need to have them. And I also really like the bunny from the other stamp sets. You will see it in another video probably. So yeah, I truly love it. So I hope that you like the way I colored this image with distress inks and in the background. If you have any questions, you can always leave them down below. If you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time again. Bye!